The Quick and the Undead is a 2 to 6 player competitive worker placement game published by Inside Up Games. Zombies have overrun the small town of Westfort. While some people see only horror and carnage, you see opportunity. If you can gain enough notoriety, you can show those other outlaws who really owns this town. To start, you'll set up your board based on how many players there are. The more players there are, the more zombies and buildings will be added to the game. Players each have 4 outlaws at the start of the game, an 8-sided die, and a targeting board. Next, players will choose 3 of any of the resources. These can be coins, which are used to buy buildings, notoriety, which is needed to win the game, and bullets. When obtained, they are immediately placed in one of the open locations on your targeting board and will be used to either kill zombies or other players' outlaws. There are a number of areas on the game board that allow you to perform different actions if you assign an outlaw to them. The different actions are collecting coins, bullets, or notoriety, or stealing them from other players. Fighting the undead, which allows you to attempt to shoot a zombie in the middle of the street. Hunting the undead, which allows you to target a zombie anywhere on the board. Hiring more outlaws, and intimidating other players' outlaws. The game takes place over a series of days split into 3 rounds each, and a player may not place an outlaw on a space they have used previously in the day. At the beginning of a round, players secretly choose where they want to place their outlaws, and then find the number on their die. They will then reveal all their numbers simultaneously and place their outlaw on their chosen space. If a player chooses 1, they get to choose any location that doesn't include an outlaw, but if anyone else chooses a 1, they both lose their turn. If players choose the same location, they must duel. To duel, each player rolls their d8 once. If the number matches up with a bullet location on their targeting card, they hit. If both players hit, then the player with the highest number wins and the losing player's outlaw is killed. Anytime an outlaw is killed, the outlaw is placed in the graveyard, and that player will draw a zombie card and add it anywhere in town they'd like. On certain areas, players can choose to intimidate other outlaws on the spaces listed. The player getting intimidated gets a choice. They can either pay up and pay the other player 2 of any resource, or they can walk out, which gives the other player 1 free shot at their outlaw. If you choose to attack a zombie, you'll roll your die until it either lands on a number listed on the zombie card that you happen to have a bullet for, or you roll the same number twice and fail. If you roll a number that you have a bullet for but isn't on the zombie card, you'll lose that bullet. Killing zombies will gain you notoriety, and the more difficult they are, the more you'll get. If there are no zombies in the street or in a building, you have the opportunity to purchase it. You'll pay the amount listed on the building and move one of your outlaws into it. Buildings will grant you extra notoriety at the end of the game, as well as give you certain perks. However, to keep a building, you'll have to discard a bullet at the end of every day, and other players can always choose to try to take it from you. If they do this, they'll initiate a shootout. During a shootout, players will take turns shooting at each other until one hits or they roll a critical miss. The game ends when there are no more zombies in town, or the zombie deck is gone and there are less zombies in town than there are players. Once this happens, players will tally up their notoriety, and the player with the most wins. If 2 players tie, the winner's decided with a good old-fashioned shootout. The Quick and the Undead gives players a lot of different ways to win. You can go clean out the town of zombies, try to hold as many buildings as you can, go around stealing from other players, or simply try to kill all of your opponent's outlaws. Each option can be fun, but is also a viable path to victory. The artwork is also well done. It's bright and vibrant without ever feeling childish. If you're thinking about taking a zombie-filled trip back to the Old West, then make sure to check out The Quick and the Undead when it hits Kickstarter on October 31st. If you're still hungry for board game videos, check out the Board Game Revolution YouTube channel, or head over to Board Game Revolution's Facebook page to join an amazing community. I'm Tony, and I'll see you next time.